Pro Bowl defensive tackle and Super Bowl winner Ndamukong has his team wish list down to 2. Those teams are the Las Vegas Raiders and your Minnesota Vikings. What does it mean for the potential landing spot of Suh in purple, and what would the addition do for Ed Donatell's defensive outlook?
Now, look, I don't think Suh is the Suh that we all have come to just fear, maybe from 5-6 years ago. But I do think that he's still a productive player and a championship level player that can add some good depth to this defense. You look at kind of like the inside guys and you think Harrison Phillips on the interior, but when you start looking at those defensive ends in that 3-4 front, you can plug Suh in there as a rotational guy, and they can really think of a defense that has Phillips, Suh, Za'darius, and Hunter all coming after the quarterback. I'm scared. If I'm a quarterback, I'm just like, oh my gosh, give me a 3-step drop. As soon as that back foot taps on the ground, I'm out. Route. That's it. It's like, man, why does he keep throwing these 6, 7, 8-yard routes? Do you see who's rushing me? That's what's going on here. I'm not holding up 5-step drop, coach. I'm not doing it. 7-step drop, I'm not doing it. I don't think, like I said, he's a guy that instills the fear that he did before. But I do think that he is still a guy that can help this team. And when you think about the Vikings team, we talk about the offense. And that's all we hammer, the offense. And it's just we get it. Offensive head coach comes in. That's pretty much what the identity of this team is going to be. Mm-hmm. But when you talk about complementary football, and you look at the pieces that the defense has assembled, I think you add a piece like Ndamukong Suh. I think this article says the Vikings haven't had an interior lineman record 6 sacks in a season since Tom Johnson had 6.5 in 2014. That's a while,
Great
man.
Stat. Wow.
It's been a
nice
while.
Name drop.
It's been a while. Mm-hmm. And so, look, Suh hasn't been to a Pro Bowl since 2016, and he's only managed 6 sacks, last season. But if you add those 6 sacks in with the production that the other guys are slated to have, when you talk about a healthy Za'Darius, a healthy Hunter, and you got Harrison Phillips clogging up the lane in the inside, drawing 2 defenders, that's kind of scary, man, when you think about it. And we've seen some of these wily veterans even do better, as they kind of get older, because they just figure out a way to be a little bit more crafty. And so I look at a signing like Suh as a plus for this team. And, if I'm Kwesi, I'm on the phone with the agent, look, what do we got to do? We got to put some extra Juicy Lucy's up in there. What do we want? You want some Hot Pockets? Do you want us to, buy the house for you to stay in, put you up at the Wilf's lair? How do you want to do this? Because that would be a piece that really, really helps anchor that defense.
Yeah, if they do indeed sign him, don't get it twisted, don't get it confused. This isn't like Brett Favre in 2009, pushing the chips all in, Super Bowl or bust, but it would be a big indicator and tell you just where the front office's mindset is as far as how competitive they think they can be this year and what their expectations are. Because you go sign a big name like this, granted, probably a 1 or 2 year deal at most, but it tells you that they expect to be very competitive this year when you go bring in a big name. We talk about it all the time. What are the biggest question marks at the 22 starter spots? Center, right guard, and the only real other one, that third defensive lineman spot. Now, we have Armon Watts penciled in, but who knows? It could be James Lynch. It could be a rookie that comes in there. It could be they sent Jonathan Bullard. It could be, DJ Wanham. Maybe they like him better, hand in the dirt. We don't know.
Yeah.
But bringing him in would definitely be that complementary piece that you talked about, that not so much about what he does statistically in the box score the next morning looking at the paper, but what he does does for his teammates around him, opening up lanes, like you said, pass rushing lanes for Za'Darius and Daniil, making life a little bit easier on guys like Harrison Phillips and Dalvin Tomlinson, and just the flexibility now. You got three different guys then on the line that any one of them, Phillips, Tomlinson, or Sue, could play the nose or could play the end spots. And just having that flexibility, that versatility would be awfully nice to have. And I know, like you said, he's not the same Sue. He's not the number 2 overall pick coming out of Nebraska 12 years ago, whatever it may be. What he did during the Bucs Super Bowl run and during those last 6-7 weeks, their run defense was phenomenal when you paired him up with Vita. And then in the playoffs and into the Super Bowl, he was a key piece of that defense when you get in those critical 3rd and 1 situations and you got A.J. Dillon bullying his way forward. You need a guy like Sue who knows what he's doing and can body some guys up front too. They replaced Sue in Tampa with Akeem Hicks. Kind of similar situation. You got an aging vet, not what they used to be, but still can be a pretty key piece in certain different packages and down and distance. Something that I'm for sure going to keep my eye on because that's an interesting one.